Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp. And you know what is a sure sign that we are winning the culture war? When CNN just comes out and blatantly lies. Though, to be fair, that's kind of been their thing for a long time. But CNN is now trying to convince us that there are people fleeing Florida just in droves because of how out of whack and crazy that state is now. You know, we're told that black people shouldn't go there, LGBTQ people shouldn't go there. They have the Don't Say Gay bill. They want to teach that slavery was good and all these things. Anyway, here we go. CNN explaining to us that this poor family has to leave because Ron DeSantis wants to literally murder their trans child. or something like that. I don't know.
We just thought it would be a nice, warm place to live where we could get to beaches.
I just never thought that I would have to flee a state for the good of my children.
The SB 254, this will permanent outlaw the mutilation of minors.
Now if that's not a reason to leave a state, I don't know what is. You're telling me this family will not be allowed to cut off the genitals of their children at their leisure. We really are living in just the end of days. This used to be a right that parents had for time immemorial, but not anymore. Not thanks to these dictators and fascists.
I remember Tori coming to me one time and in tears, which she doesn't normally do. And I asked her what was wrong, and she said DeSantis. And like the fact that a governor would be making my kid cry, that's a messed up government.
So you've identified the problem correctly. A child or even a teenager, shouldn't be coming to you and crying and going, "Mom, the governor did blah blah blah." They're that upset about it. You've correctly identified the problem. But what you should be asking is, who is talking to your child and making this happen? Because this is not something a kid just does. Somebody has intervened here. I mean, this is a massive red flag. And the fact that you don't see this and you just think, wow, it's gotten so bad it's affecting my child this way. No, that is not what you should. That is not the takeaway from this. The takeaway is something's going on here, okay? This is not normal behavior.
We're absolutely moving because of the political climate and the laws in Florida. We didn't want to move. When the Florida Board of Medicine started meeting and we realized that they were going to ban gender from...
What is this music, by the way? Are you noticing this? It's getting to the point where CNN and like the LGBTQ section on a streaming service are kind of becoming indistinguishable. Tell me this part at the very beginning, after Ron DeSantis says his horrible thing about not being able to mutilate children in Florida. Watch what happens right after this. With the music, the editing, and everything, does this not seem like some Netflix show or just some crappy TV show? Like this is supposed to be the news. Watch this.
I remember Tori coming to me one time and in tears, which she doesn't normally do. And I asked her what was wrong, and she said,
"Good Lord. I mean, what is going on?" This is just god awful. Do people really think this is the news?
And we realized that they were going to ban gender affirming care for our kids, that we might need to leave because that is life-saving, essential medicine and treatment for our daughter.
See, that's what they like to say. And normally they wouldn't include DeSantis calling it child mutilation because even then it raises questions. So are they just embracing that that's what it is now? No, we're not doing this. Okay, maybe it happens sometimes. Okay, actually, we are doing it and it's good. Is that what's going on here? Okay, sure, you could call it child mutilation, but it's good. So I would prefer if you called it something else.
I was very relieved when we decided to leave. I had never really heard that much about trans people, and until I was like 11 or 12, I didn't even know trans people existed.
And I gotta say, another thing, aren't we constantly told that there's no grooming agenda? What did this child just say? Never even knew this existed until 11. Now, I'm thinking that this boy didn't come up with this by himself. There may have been another hand at play here.
So I was just used to being uncomfortable. I started hormone blockers pretty soon after that.
Yeah, I mean, there was times before she started getting hormones and stuff that she was suicidal, but after she transitioned, she was much more outgoing, much more like comfortable with herself.
Okay, careful.
We are seeing many families that are leaving. I really think if you were to ask a member of a trans family, they would tell you they go to bed at night dreaming of how to get out of the state.
Of course. I mean, of course they do, because they're already bought in. They have to do that. But I think the real question here is an issue of, is there more or less of these people wanting to leave or leaving than there are people coming there? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot more people running away from this stuff than there is running towards it.
So that's the dining room right here, and then this is the living room.
My hope for the McKee family is they are able to find a community that embraces them.
We're lucky that we're able to get out, we're able to afford to leave. A lot of people can't, or it's going to be very difficult.
I feel really bad for the people that have to stay here. It's been difficult to access my hormones. I'm not honestly sure how I would continue to access care. Even if I wasn't trans, I wouldn't be comfortable here. It's just not a safe environment for queer people in general.
I do fear for my daughter's safety, and just the fact that somebody might want to hurt her just for her being her, for her existence, is scary.
Every parent group in these types of stories that we see, they're always the same. Every time. There's the dad with the soulless eyes who really deep down, he knows. He knows. But he's not doing anything about it. And he's going along with it. And then there's the mom who knows all the right vernacular, knows all the right phrases that you're supposed to know to be a good person in the progressive world. She knows all the right things to say, the right things to be upset about. And the dad's just sitting over there with his soulless eyes. Be a man. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Worry about her every time she goes out. Almost the wide open view.
Yeah, sunsets are great from here.
Oh my God. Did I not tell you that these are shot like a terrible, terrible Netflix show? That seems totally organic, you guys. I mean, come on. Actually, it kind of looks like we're watching a Cialis commercial now. But no, let's listen to this again. Totally natural, totally legit.
Almost the wide open view.
Yeah, sunsets are great from here.
No.
Oh gosh. Do you feel the emotion? How sad it is. They really love this place. But DeSantis, look what he's done.
I'm looking forward to just being in a place where I don't feel under attack, where I don't feel oppressed. It's just so
Oppressed?
sad that
Oppressed? Oh no! You said the magic word, oppressed. Now you can just go ahead and do whatever the hell you want. Oppressed. It never ceases to amaze me. You live in the United States. Get over yourself. Good Lord.
Our country and our society are in this place of denigrating people like that and making them feel like they have no place.
It's just hard to start over all over again.
Wait a minute. What is this at the... Help is there if you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts or mental health matters. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's what CNN puts at the end? Wait a minute. Are they saying that trans people and LGBTQ people are at a higher risk of suicide? Was the message of this secretly based? It's a story where we're supposed to connect to this family with a trans kid and feel bad for them. And it goes, by the way, hey, girl or boy who thinks you're a girl, don't kill yourself. We know that your people tend to do that. Yeah, I'm sure I'm just reading too much into it. Anyway, my name is Swamp. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and leave a comment saying, what are you talking about? There's way more people fleeing Florida because of what DeSantis has done there than are coming to Florida. I mean, that's why Gavin Newsom has put out ads in Florida begging people to come back to California. That's how you know so many people are leaving Florida. Gavin Newsom is begging them to continue to... I don't know. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.